Here's a look at our McDonald's race rundown. Lots of rain over the weekend, Fridays and Sunday. All postponement because of rain on the racetrack in Weepers, and we got it going today, but Tony Stewart had to go to the back of the pack to start in a backup car. Early on the green flag, it was Jimmy Johnson, but after the pit stop, it was this guy, Denny Hamlin, who has led twice for the most laps. Hamlin has led 70 circuits here at Pocono. And although it had been a tough afternoon, finally Tony Stewart, Smoke, the points leader, catches a break by virtue of changing 4 tires, and suddenly the caution comes out. And Tony stays on the lead lap. Let's go down to his pits. Dave.
And conferring with some crew members right now. Darian Grubb, is this an example of being good and lucky in racing?
Yeah, a little of both. We've really struggled today, made a lot of changes to the race car. Now Tony's been driving his way to the front. Got a little break here with the caution flag. With the way everything worked out, we had about 8 laps of fuel on those guys. We're able to pit late, so we're able to catch that caution. Now we got some track positions. Hopefully we can keep it up there.
Why do you think the car was so bad at the start, Darian?
The track was definitely slick today compared to what it was yesterday and what the setup we had in it. So we made some major swings at it and got the car a lot better now.
They look good for now, guys. Let's see how much space Tony can make up, and he'll have the inside line, which is not the best line at this restart, guys.
Tony Stewart will restart here in 7th position, and that is a huge break for this team.
Yeah, it is. And a lot of cars up there. You see Rudeman starting up front with Casey Kane. Those cars also made that late caution flag stop when other cars didn't. That puts them up here in the front. But you're going to see what Tony Stewart's got now. He's got a little swagger now going on. He is probably feeling a lot better about his day right now.
Yeah, and I don't really think the inside here is starting for him, because Tony kind of likes to run that inside, especially when his tires are fresh. So he's probably prefers that's where he's starting.
Now, back in June when he started at the back of the field, he was running 8th at this point in the race. He is actually 1 position better than he was back in June. He's in 7th spot. Folks, 36 cars still on the racetrack here at Pocono, and every single one of them right now are on the lead lap.
Yep, that's one thing you get with this big old racetrack. Keep a lot of cars on the lead lap. Keep in mind now with Tony Stewart that he has 4 fresh tires. A lot of cars pitted just now and took on 2 right side tires, and their left sides are fairly fresh. They only had about 5 or 6 laps on them, but Tony Stewart's at no disadvantage tire-wise right now by gaining this track position.
Casey Kane did not pit. He is, at this time, he is the leader. Rudeman, Kenseth, Reagan, Ambrose, McMurray, Stewart, and Elliott Sadler. Those 8 cars stayed on the racetrack, although Stewart was in the pits when the caution came out. And among the leaders that pitted, Denny Hamlin right now being shown in 9th position, and is Hamlin, Edwards in 9th and 10th.
Jimmy Johnson, who was running 2nd there, they opted to change 4 tires, and he's going to restart back in the 19th spot. So this could change the day entirely. We've got 100 laps to go, but
see him breaking out of line back here. Going to be about 3 or 4 wide getting to turn 1.
Jeff Gordon to the inside of Denny Hamlin there.
Trying to find a way to nudge back in. Hamlin gives him some room, and now Hamlin dives in to go 3 wide.
Oh, and Smoke gets a little tap from Hamlin.
Jeff Gordon here comes by on the inside of that.
Look at the inside line getting a big push this time.
And Carl Edwards just cannot get going on these restarts. See his car extremely loose right there, and he's losing spots.
Still 3 wide.
Hamlin goes down underneath Tony Stewart to be able to get a position and take a spot away.
I just don't think Tony Stewart's car is to his liking whatsoever today. I'm going to say a top 15 will be a really good day for them.
There's Kane, Rudeman, and Kens at the front 3.
Jeff Gordon, he slides up out. He made a move, but he got off the patch up there in 3.
There's Jimmy Johnson, who's been back in the middle of that mess, back behind Mark Martin, now trying to thread his way back.
Johnson now making it 3 wide down the front straightaway. The inside of Joey Logano.
That's the risky thing about taking those 4 tires at this point in the race. You can get yourself in trouble in all this traffic. Johnson lucky so far, making a lot of good moves.
Behind Johnson is Biffle, then comes Vickers. Now Vickers trying to make a move.
See Joey Logano trying that outside on Mark Martin going through the tunnel turn. He makes it work.
Well, what a great job Joey Logano did last week in Indianapolis from the back of the pack to a top 12 finish. Looking back from Kyle Busch, you see Logano just sneaking to the inside of Elliott Sadler.
Now looking inside of Kyle Busch. 3 wide with Jimmy Johnson on the bottom. Now he's tucked up behind Kyle.
And Jimmy was trying to make that inside work, but you can see it's costing him as far as momentum goes down the front straightaway.
Man, a lot of jockeying on this straightaway. You see Carl Edwards moving 2 lanes.
And Jimmy Johnson lost 4 positions on the straightaway. Martin went by.
See Tony Stewart's car kind of bouncing around on that lower groove of turn 1. Here comes Carl Edwards trying to get his car headed back in the right direction.
He's looking for somewhere to go here. Pushes Tony Stewart right by Allmendinger.
That was for 12th position by Edwards.
And look how far back that 48 is now. He's all the way back to 24th spot right now. He slipped up there and lost a ton of spots.
He lost 4 on the last straightaway coming out of turn 3.
And he was caught down on that inside in turn 1 again.
He's going to have to be very patient right now because he could ruin his whole day if he doesn't, stay out of trouble right here. It's a dangerous spot.
We showed a graphic earlier.
Guys, I don't know what it is, but they're blowing by me on the straightaways.
Oh, that's not good news.
4. Take a look at your volts, please. Switch your MSD box. Coming hard.
Yeah, he's losing ground on the straightaway now. Yeah, he's got a problem. See, switching some of the switches on the dash. Looking at the telemetry now, he's got a problem.
Yeah, 2 laps ago, you saw him on the straightaway just pull over and allowed the 5 car of his teammate Mark.
Bring it down here. We'll take a look at the plug wires and stuff.
Yeah, he's coming in.
That's 0 speed.
And we showed the graphic earlier where when Tony was back in 30th spot, Jimmy was up in second. They were, 76 points apart? Right now it's back to 256.
Getting ready to blow the motor right now.
And Jimmy feels he's got an internal problem with the engine.
Got fuel pressure, oil pressure, and all that. It sits here and it idles fine. It runs fine. Come on. Get the check back
like
out there.
they found a plug wire off right there.
It sounds good right now.
Yeah, I think they found a plug wire. And that can happen here. That rubber that builds up on the track sometimes will fly up and knock a plug wire off.
And I've never been that lucky.
The simplest thing it could be, it was for Jimmy Johnson.
Here's how he may get out in front of the leader.
I think he's going to.
He'll have a chance. Casey Kane's coming pretty hard.
But he's got a fast enough car. Yeah, he's going to stay out in front of Casey Kane right here.
If they've got it fixed.
Speed. Yeah, if it's fixed. That's correct.
Now at the back of Jimmy's car, they're looking back at Casey Kane, and now Jimmy looks like he is pulling away now from Casey Kane.
Yeah, it sounds like it's up to full song now. Sounds perfect down the Long Pond straightaway. And now he's got some clean air to run in.
Yeah. You're always thinking, man, if it's just be a plug wire that's off, and that never happens, but here it has maybe for these guys.
We saw Tony Stewart be lucky and good, and now we've seen Jimmy Johnson get the same break. Johnson stays on the lead lap, and it is Casey Kane right now, our leader.
You know that